All right, hello everyone, welcome back. As you can see, today I will be doing a pick a pile reading. Today this will be dealing with dreams, kind of like why you had a dream or a certain nightmare. And obviously, since you clicked on this video, there is a particular dream or nightmare that you have kind of had reoccurring, or that comes up every now and then, or that's just kind of like stuck with you for a minute now in your life, and it keeps coming back up. It's at the back of your mind, and you're kind of like, I need help in interpreting and understanding why I keep having this dream, potentially who probably sent it to me and why. So if you're a believer like me, I think our dreams is always something that helps us kind of like process things that we have trouble dealing with in our waking life, and we tend to kind of try to digest them and interpret them when we sleep, and then we just kind of still wake up in confusion because we don't understand exactly what the dreams always mean. So I thought I would do a reading on that and kind of like give you some assistance or guidance through that. But before I continue, I do want to issue a disclaimer. As you will see in the description box of this video, along the bottom of this video here, and what I am saying verbally now, the opinions expressed in my videos are my own. They are not to be taken as professional help or guidance, whether it's dealing with legal, health, psychological, whatever. Please consult with your members of the Society of Communities, someone with those professional licenses who are better prepared to help you work through that. If you need something with that, that is not my place. I'm simply a girl on the internet reading tarot cards for entertainment purposes. So everything I will be stating from henceforth is alleged. They are not to be taken as fact. I just have to do that to protect myself. I hope you understand. If you are someone who does not like tarot, here's your time to click away, find something else on the space, the ether of YouTube that you can watch and enjoy. And I'm going to read you which each of the dreams are, so then you can resonate with them, pick a pile, and then I'll go forward with reading pile 1. So for pile 1, we have the dream of falling, or dream nightmare of falling, which is something pretty typical. It's like one of the top 10 dreams or nightmares people have. Pile 2, you have the dream or nightmare of drowning, kind of spooky there. And then pile 3, we have the dream or nightmare of reading and or writing. And so I'm going to give you some time here to pick your pile, resonate with them, find which one you like. Got it? All right, I'm going to move forward with pile 1. I'm going to simply move you off to the side, pile 2. Let me put you up out the way, so you're within easy reach. Okay. So pile 1, again, I just want to read the back of yours. You have the dream of falling. Again, like I said, it's one of the top 10 dreams. It states, falling in a dream is a clear sign that some situation or relationship is out of control. It's unlikely to be significant whether you fall from a cliff, roof, plane, building, or other high place. Whatever the precise scenario you find yourself with, nothing to hold on to. You have no sense of stability. The key theme of this dream is insecurity. It may be that you see no solution to your problems, for example, low self-esteem, have too little support, or have a strong urge to escape a challenging situation. If the latter, the dream may be warning you to take control before you become too reckless and make a serious mistake. As in the popular expression, you're heading for a fall. There may also be sexual associations, perhaps a strong desire to succumb to sexual urges with a risk of damaging consequences. So I just wanted to read that out loud so you can understand the energies that we're going into pile 1s, where we're reading for you all who've chose this, who resonate with this. Maybe that gives you some explanation. Maybe they even answer some things for you off bat. But without further ado, I'm going to get into this a bit more and see if I can get anything else. So first, we're getting into the tarot cards here, which is the 9 of Wands, the Empress in reverse, the Hanged Man. It seems like it's resonating so far. Let's put that over. Yeah, there we go. So they're all on screen. You have the Knight of Swords, and then you also have the Two of Coins. And this is why you're having the dream of falling. You also have the empower empowered discernment, heavy matters. It's resonating, honey. Shared breath. So like the card initially stated, I think there is a particular situation in your waking life that you're seeing, that you're feeling or seeing no way out of, and you're kind of trying to process and understand or maybe see a way out of it, maybe dream a kind of way of escaping or getting out of it, maybe something that you want to commit to that you are not able to, kind of thing. But for me overall, this feels like something dealing with your family. When I see the two of coins and then you have the shared breath, to me these kind of feel like familiar cards. It's something dealing with your and even if it's not like your blood related family, it could be your chosen family, your friends, those people who are close to you. It could even be your co-workers. Some of us kind of see sometimes, no judgment here, some of us kind of see our co-workers as kind of like another form of family as well. Business and home can kind of read pretty close to each other sometimes, depending. But the Empress here is that you definitely aren't trusting your intuition. The Hangman is going back to that falling of not seeing your way out. The Heavy Matters, you're definitely struggling and trying to interpret and work out a solution and how to get through it. The Empowered Discernment, you obviously don't have discernment because you're probably too stuck in the emotion. You're probably too stuck in the here and now that you're not able to look beyond or see why, maybe, of no fault of your own, or no weakness. Well, it is a weakness in a way, but nothing to feel bad about. Maybe you're somebody who just see things, you're kind of like short-sighted. You don't think long term, and that's great. Like, we do need people who can focus on those minute details and they're not looking at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? You also have the Nine of Wands here, and the Nine of Wands, it's, in this particular deck, it always feels like a fleeing of being scared, of anxiety, of feeling overpowered, of feeling weak. To me, in this particular thing, it's kind of like that fear confronting your fears, and you're not able to see past it. You do also have the Knight of Swords, which is like one of the fastest tarot, the one of the fastest princes or knights in the tarot deck. But in this case, yours is in reverse, which goes to show and explain that you aren't feeling confident, you aren't moving with purpose, you aren't moving, because swords, you aren't moving with the full capacity of your mental strength, because you're too busy kind of caught in this loop and not feeling, yeah, empowered, confident, informed in your decision or in the choices that you're making in this particular moment. It kind of feels like you're a rat in a maze kind of thing. But I do, me, I don't like to leave any of my readings without some kind of like answers or solutions, even though these aren't one size fits all. These are just kind of like the cards that I got. Remember, these are general readings, so some of this may pertain to you, some of it may not, and that goes for the entire reading, from the problems to the clarity to the answer. So just keep that in mind. I did get the Tiger's Eye for you, which deals with building courage and attracting wealth. So I said it has something to do with family. Maybe you're thinking of again, generational wealth, or leaving something to your kids, or being concerned of maybe, this just popped into my head too. Maybe you have like a health thing with someone in your family, like maybe you're a caretaker, or you have a child who is like a mental or physical needs kind of child, and you're kind of being confronted with what that's going to mean for them and for you moving forward. I don't know who that's for. If that resonates, that's what I'm getting. I feel like that may be part of the dream of that you're falling. But then we also have the Leopardite, but it came up in reverse. So you aren't having restful sleep, you aren't feeling peaceful, and you aren't feeling tranquil, which is totally understandable. And that's probably why you're having your dreams about you falling. You don't feel stable, comfortable, at peace, tranquil in your waking life. And even when you go to sleep, you're being terrorized with this fear of like the ground being pulled from under you, or the other shoe dropping, or, you know, something else bad kind of coming into the side. I do feel like for some of you, you feel like you kind of constantly had a string of bad luck, and you haven't been able to kind of like get out of that cycle. You haven't seen a way out. It seems like no matter what you do, right or wrong, you're always getting the short end of the stick, and you kind of don't see a way out of that. But I think this is just saying, like, maybe this is things that is meant to happen to you to kind of help set you up for future success. But then for some of you, I think this could also be a reading to kind of just encourage you, like, hey, now you're starting to be passive in your life, and you need to start being active, because you are no longer because no longer are these things just happening to you. You're letting them happen, and you're calling them in to happen because of the energy vibration that you're in right now, this low energy, low vibration that you're in, and you're steady calling in all of that negative energy. So now you're letting those things, you're calling those things in. So I think there is definitely, with the Hanged Man here in reverse, there's definitely some things here of like the Empress in reverse. Start trusting your intuition again. Start being in control of your life. Start being courageous. Start taking initiative. Whether you make the wrong decision or not, know that you made that choice, and that life did not make that choice for you. Like, take some accountability back and stop just being, oh, woe is me, and waddling in the self-pity. Like, know that at the end of the day, any faults and any wins and any losses in your life are within your control. They're your choice to make. So choose wisely. What do you want to lose? What are you willing to give up in order to attain what you want? Pile ones. That's essentially what I'm getting for you. Yeah. So pile one, wish you luck. Hopefully this kind of helps you maneuver through that dream that you were having, of the fear of falling, or this instability that you're dealing with, this heavy lift burden that you're dealing with. But in the meantime, I'm going to move on to pile two, those who had the dream or nightmare of drowning. If you resonated with that, I will see you over there. If not, I thank you for coming and stopping by. Leave a like on this video if you like this reading. Leave a comment down below if you want to share anything with me. Do kind of like a more in-depth reading for you potentially, and you know, ring the notification bell so you can see the next time I upload for another pick a pile reading to kind of help you through. So with that, let's move on to pile two. All right, so pile two, you have the dream of drowning, or nightmare of drowning. I think nightmare would probably be more apt to say. Like I did with pile one, I'm going to go ahead and read the back of this card, because it also gives you a bit of an explanation on why you probably resonated with this pile. So I'm just going to read off what the back of the card says. So it says, drowning. Water in dreams universally symbolizes emotions. So if you're drowning, this indicates that you're either under a lot of emotional stress or afraid of being overcome by intense emotion. This dream may be a warning that something or someone is taking up too much of your energy and time. You might be too deeply immersed in a relationship or project and in danger of losing yourself. Perhaps you overcommitted yourself at the expense of your health and well-being, or you might simply have too many things going on in your life. For example, you might be juggling roles, parent, professional, volunteer, and so on, and consequently finding that you have too little quality time to yourself. If you're breathing underwater, this could indicate that you're navigating your way successfully through challenges. However, it could also symbolize a retreat to the womb, prompted by feelings of helplessness and dependency. So hopefully pile two, this has already answered a couple of things for you, or it's kind of giving you more insight on why you probably chose this pile, even if you didn't have an actual dream of you drowning. Maybe it's just the feeling of drowning, of being suffocated, that drew you to this card, and this is why. So I'm going to get into this reading. We're going to get an explanation on why, some clarification, and then some answers on why you had this dream. And so we see here the 7 of coins. Yep, that's speaking to some work. I think this is some life. Yeah, this is some work-life balance. For sure. You're drowning at work, figuratively and literally. I don't know. It feels like you're just drowning at work. You're feeling, you're carrying a lot of the things at work. You're spending too much time at work. Maybe you're all work, no play right now. And it's kind of making you feel suffocated. Maybe you feel like you have to drown in work right now because you're not in a space in your life to where you can comfortably just take off time because you constantly have bills, you know, have to answer to someone, you have housing payments, you have debt, you have plans for the money that you're making for to set up your own business, or you know, to go on vacation, or etc etc, put away college funds for your children, whatever the case may be. And I think you're kind of just struggling and trying to meet that work life balance of not being burnt out. Essentially, that's what I'm getting, of like you're struggling with the feeling of not getting burnt out. Funny enough, even though this is dealing with drowning. And remember, drowning also said this is the dealing with you kind of like being emotionally overloaded. Remember, you have to take moments of rest and respite for yourself to kind of cleanse those chakras, cleanse a lot of that cortisol, that stress, to kind of like calm your nervous system down sometimes before you just go back into the fire and just reignite those stressors on your body again. You know, I try to tell people often, I'm not a medical doctor. Not that I tell them I'm not a medical doctor, but I try to tell people often, although I'm not a doctor, that stress is kind of like, I feel, especially here in the West, or if you're in a modernized world, if you work under capitalism, I think stress is like the number one killer for a lot of us who participate, or who are unwilling participants under capitalism. You have to really work and earn your keep. You feel like your worth isn't anything. Your worth is based on what you have in your account. It's not really based on how you feel emotionally, spiritually, mentally. You know, it's just, hey, are you able to function or not? Can you physically function in this world? Because that's all we really need you for. We need you as a body, not really somebody who is cognitive and aware or knowledgeable. We just need a body. And I can understand that struggle. This feels like the hamster on a wheel. I don't know why I'm using all these rodent references tonight. We're just sticking with it. I told Pile 1s there were rats in a maze. Fair is fair. I don't know what I'm going to tell Pile 3. But here, yes, we have star-crossed, we have gamble. Are some of you maybe in entertainment, or maybe something with social media, something where you show your face front facing a lot? Maybe you're afraid that you can't stop working or producing because, of course, you know, the public attention span is short. And so you feel like, okay, if I stop working, if I stop putting myself out there, if I'm stop being seen, if I stop being noticeable, if I just stop, people are going to forget about me, and I can't have people forget about me at this point, whether you need it for like any personal validation, or again, it's your livelihood, it's something that you like. That's what I got when I seen this. I don't know, I feel like, I don't know where that came from. And so far, all of this is dealing with earthly and material things. So I don't know if you're also someone who kind of likes to hoard, or you're very, you know, you're very concerned with wealth and like making sure you have enough. And it could just come from being financially insecure when you were younger, or in a period now or previously where you were financially insecure. A lot of this is speaking to materialistic thing, but it also speaks to, hey, if you keep doing this, you keep going down this route, you're gonna get burnt out. Even though a lot of this is dealing with earthly, very grounds, there's a lot of fiery energy here as well. Like I could see you being somebody that's like a Virgo sun, Leo moon kind of thing or something. And then we have the air celestial spectral maps. So again, this is still going back to work or material business, some endeavor, some, maybe some of you are an entrepreneur under some circumstances. Maybe you are a celebrity, or, you know, someone who physically is seen out there in the spotlight as well. I think it's telling you to kind of slow down, or kind of check in with yourself again. Be like, okay, well, we met this certain goal. I met this certain goal. What's going to be my next goal? I need a minute to stop and think and ponder what my next steps are going to be. and I need to plan things out accordingly. What do I really want to do? Why am I doing this? I think you need to reevaluate kind of like why you're doing what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and where you want to go with it moving forward. Whether that's, dropping it or continuing to run with it, morphing it, changing it, whatever the case may be when it comes to your work life, before you end up in a kind of like a sticky situation where you're unable to, because you've overworked your body, mind, soul, emotions, to where you kind of, your body forces yourself, your spirit forces you to shut down and be like, okay, well, you didn't listen to me when I was trying to send you this dream, send you this message, and you didn't listen to Lotus Mage when she was telling you what this was about. And so now I'm gonna make you debilitated with rest or catching up or depression, or make you have an anxiety attack or something like that at work because you don't want to listen. And so again, I don't like to leave my readings without some kind of best next steps, some advice, some guidance for how to kind of move forward from this energy that you're having. So for you all, I have the gemstone, the angel aura, which deals with happiness, beauty, and joy. The tourmaline, which deals with calmness, stabilizing, reaffirming. Yes, yes, power 3, all of that. But then you also have citrine, happiness, joy, and light. So to me, it's funny that it came out like this though too, because typically when you see the red cards, it deals with good luck, but it also deals with material. But what, to me, if you read playing cards, typically the clubs reads to the wild suit. That's what I want to say. They're kind of like the jack of all trades. They could be taken as good or bad when it comes, if you read regular playing cards. And the spades usually deals with moments of contention, of hardship, of bad luck. And then you also have the diamonds. They typically deal with things of like fortune, again, dealing with earthly matters. So to me, when you have this citrine in reverse and it's speaking to happiness and joy, it's just reiterating what I said here to you. Like, if you do not take some time to really reevaluate what Marie Kondo your spirit, Marie Kondo the things that you are taking on and addressing in your life. Is it making you feel joy? Is it making you feel happy? Why did you start doing it? Does it really still resonate with you now? Yes, you did this 5 years ago, but is it still where you want to be now? Do you still resonate with this now in this time? It's telling you to reevaluate those things. And if you don't, you're not going to be happy. Your light is going to dim. You're going to be, burnt out. Your body is going to turn on you, because I don't know if any of you believe this or not, but just kind of like our body keeps score, essentially, of just all the traumatizing things that we put it through. Whether it's emotionally, spiritually, physically, it just keeps score of all of that. Mentally, it just keep score of all of those things. And once so many of those things build up, either our body is going to start turning on us and we're going to start seeing it reflected in physical ways, like our health, or we're going to start just not knowing why. And we're going to be like, I just feel drained. I feel tired. I'm starting to notice I have IBS. I'm having high blood pressure. I'm having heart issues now. Endometriosis is coming up. Whatever the case may be, now I'm starting to deal with depression, anxiety, or overridden anxiety and stuff like that, where I can barely function. It starts to manifest on a physical scale, the things that we were feeling on a cellular or a spiritual or emotional level, and it starts to manifest on a physical plane. So Power 2, I think this is really a warning to kind of how your physical realm, your earthly realm, is going to start affecting things with you health-wise or spiritually, emotionally, mentally, if you don't get things under control and start reevaluating and taking time for self. So that's my advice for you, Power 2, and what I'm getting for why you had the dream or nightmare of drowning. So hopefully you kind of, take these into consideration and start figuring out some ways you can kind of start de-stressing your life. Start pulling, one thread at a time. Follow that one thread until you just unravel a bunch of whole, the entire blanket of why you're feeling smothered and drowning and kind of like suffering with this anxiety or this stress of I have to obtain or do something. until you get to the bottom of it before it's too late. So yeah, pile 2, that's what I'm getting for you all. If you like this reading or you resonate with this reading, please leave a good vibe by leaving a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can see the next time I upload. If this is where you're going to cut out for your reading, I will see you all later, pile 2, and I wish you good luck. If you resonated with pile 3, I'll see you over there. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hello. Welcome back, pile 3s. I am getting started on your reading on why you had a dream or a nightmare about reading and writing. I know some of you are probably clicking on this like, this doesn't make sense. Maybe some of you do have a fear of reading and writing because maybe you have something like dyslexia. So it always just gives you anxiety or, puts you on awares because you're afraid of like people finding out or embarrassing you or making you feel some type of way about it. But yeah, pile 3, we're going to see why you have had a dream or a nightmare about this, and we're going to get into this reading. So you have books, writing, words. Books in a dream may symbolize a search for knowledge. If lots of books appear, perhaps your latent details obscure the bigger picture or being abstract or theoretical when you do better to be practical. If you're reading a book, you may be on a quest for personal development. If the subject of a book is apparent, it's likely to be significant as a warning or encouragement related to that theme. For example, a travel guide could reflect an urge to see more of the world or to get away from home, or a fear of losing your way. If you're searching for a book, this can indicate over-reliance on others' opinions. If your writing or writing materials are apparent, again, the dream may be urging you to come to your own conclusions. Specific words written down or in print usually require self-analysis before the meaning dawns on you. Look out for ambiguities. So hopefully this gives you a bit of an explanation on why you resonated with this pile, why you picked this pile. If not, maybe this starts to already give you some answers onto why you picked this pile. If you know why you kind of, or have an inkling on why you picked this pile, why this resonated with you. But without further ado, pile 3, we're going to get into some explanations, some clarity, and answers on this dream that you have, or nightmare. So I am seeing the 6 of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Cups. So every pile tonight, or today, whatever, for this reading, so every pile for this reading has had a knight come up, interesting enough, and all of them have come up in reverse. And so then we also have the 2 of Wands. And so for clarity, we have unfolding path, internal validation. I'm already understanding why. Misleading mind. So these cards are reaffirming exactly what came up for you all, pile 3, when I was reading the writing, books, and words. You are looking for some sort of validation, of appreciation, maybe some understanding and insight into yourself as well, but you're probably getting it from the wrong sources in your life. You're looking externally and looking and trying to make like a culmination of all the things people say that you are, instead of looking internally and being like, no, this is who I am. That is what I am. This is who I want to be. And this is what I aspire to be. You're steady looking externally instead of internally for the validation and the understanding that you need. I think you are struggling a little bit. This kind of feels like someone who's like midlife crisis, between jobs, coming out of college kind of thing, or you're getting ready to kind of like come out of college, high school kind of transition. Maybe you're someone who's getting ready to retire and you're like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do next after this. And that's something that's kind of like making me scared, or, I have an inkling on what I want to do, but who's to say that's really something that's for me? Or who's going to really like it? Should I really do it? Am I the person for it? Like, that's kind of like the energy I'm getting for you. And I think you're kind of looking and asking for advice from other people. And because you're getting so many mixed reviews on what you should or should not do, or how things work, or whether somebody else liked it or not, you're second guessing everything. And it's just further delaying what you want to do, instead of you actually turning inward and being like, hey, this is what I really like, this is what I really want to do, whether it flies or falls. Like, I want to do this, and I should stop looking externally for stuff. It kind of feels like I want to say Libras. Libras want everyone to like them. They want to be accepted. It kind of feels like Libra energy to me. Yeah, you have unfolding path here. You also have internal validation. Seek what you want on the inside, and it shall then it shall never lead you astray. It will lead you down the path that you need to go on, whether it's bumps in that road, doors closed, or doors open, or it's a smooth road moving forward. You won't know till you do it. So stop being scary. Like, yes, research and information is required, is needed, is necessary. It would be wonderful to have, but sometimes you won't have all of those things until you just step out on faith. And then when the universe sees that this is what you really want to do, then you'll start noticing things moving, for you to kind of connect with certain people or be in certain rooms where you can get those information, that research, that guidance, that mentor needed in order for you to move forward. Yeah, I don't think I'm trying to see if there was anything else. Of course, there's a choice for you to make here. I'm seeing something about choice. There's a choice here to be made, and you don't know exactly if you trust yourself enough to make it. So I'm gonna move in now to kind of like some guiding tips or whatnot that you can use moving forward. Again, I didn't say this in Pow 2, but I'm just gonna reiterate it again at the end of this video. It's just like, do not take this as like professional advice. This is just my opinion. You have Aventurine, which deals with good luck, manifestation, and optimistic. You are feeling optimistic, obviously, and the manifestation part is the big one for me. I was just saying earlier, like, the universe is not going to start moving things out of your way or letting things happen for you or assisting you with certain things until you take the initial first step. You have to step out on faith. You have to prove that this is what you really want. And until we see that, nothing is going to shake and dry for you until then. Followed by the emeralds in reverse. And the emeralds, I love this card. This deals with, like, I just think of love a lot when I see the emerald. If you are in Asian culture, the emerald is like a really good thing. It brings in good luck. It's fortuitous. It's something that, people really love to give people for marriages and things like that, or at least they used to. I watch old C-dramas, so, or what they call it, costume dramas. But this deals with protection, love, and wisdom. I notice it has the heart. It's the King of Hearts here. And as I was displaying to Pow 2, it's funny to me that you kind of have this loving energy here in the middle, because hearts, it's pretty much translates to like cups if you read regular playing cards. But then and then the clubs is kind of like the wild suit when you're dealing with these readings. They can be read as good or bad. Obviously in yours, I take it as something bad. You are not kind of being faced with good luck. You aren't feeling optimistic. You're not really getting any of these because you're not manifesting or doing anything. Like, what are you calling in? You're kind of like in this stuck energy. And so that explains here. It's like, once you find what you love and what you are wanting to call in, what you want to attract, what you're feeling positive about, what brightens you up in life, your passions for things, then you can start seeing some real changes in your life. And look at this. You have the blue lace agate, which is also the 8 of hearts, which reads stability, grounding, and supportive. I mean, what more do I have to say here? This is going to end good for you once you actually make up your mind and you step in wholeheartedly in what you want to do. You start having more self-love, more self-belief, self-care in yourself, and self-assurity within yourself, and stop seeking all of these external validations for who you are, what you want to do, and who you want to be, or what you want to be in the future. You get what I'm saying? Whatever that next move, that next chapter in your life is going to be. It's just, decide on something. The universe, Pow 3, I think you have the most fortuitous one, Pow, out of all three, of just like, the universe is waiting on you to call in what you want. It's gonna support you no matter what you want to do, even if you are gonna hit those things where it feels like, to me, it's just like you've had the most fortuitous pow 3 of just kind of like the universe is waiting on what you want to call in, and it's going to help you make it happen, whether it's, you know, giving you yeses and moving things out the way, clearing people out the way to make things happen, or even if it's steady shutting doors in your face to kind of guide you to where it needs you to go in order to, I don't know, acquire your job at YouTube, I guess. You know, hey, you said you want to work at YouTube. You're not going to be there if you're working as some billionaire's assistant. Like, you're going to be always under contract and watch for this famous person that you're being an assistant to, because they are, you know, heavily concerned about their reputation and stuff, and want to make sure that you're not spilling any beans, and they make sure to put that in their contract. So you're not going to get anywhere with like showing yourself and putting yourself out there if you're working for this person, because they're too busy making sure you put them out there. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's just like the universe is like, hey, what do you want us to do? We trying to figure out what you want, honey, and then we can help if we can. But right now I can't help you with anything if you don't have anything. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for you all, Power 3. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, give it a thumbs up. If you like this reading and you would like to see more like this, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can see the next time I upload, so you can see more Pick a Power readings. At the end of this video, you will see a playlist for more of my Pick a Pals if you would like to see more of those. And in the meantime, I thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.